Well, hey folks, welcome back to my channel. I'm Handy Matt, and this is another episode of Thrift Store Rescue, part 2 of the leaf blower. I think I've solved all the problems, I hope. But we're gonna go ahead and put it back together. I made a key for the shaft and the flywheel. I had to take one, I picked one up from Ace Hardware and I modified it so it would work, and I'll show you why I had to modify it. But let's get this thing put back together and get started. Okay, so in the last video I admitted fault for breaking the key that basically makes the flywheel stationary with the crankshaft. Yeah, I broke it, and I also found out that the key was actually a cast part of the flywheel, right? And I had to use my Dremel tool to auger out a bunch of material there, and this space was wider than the actual keyway on the shaft here. So I had to do some modifications on a key, and I got this little tiny thing right here that should work. I made it so it'll work. So basically it's wider here, narrower here, so it's tapered. I don't know if you can see that, but it's tapered. And it's kind of like it's just gonna have to work. Otherwise I'd have to buy a whole brand new flywheel, and that's kind of not in the cards. I think they're probably pretty hard to find. So basically this key is made to fit in here like this. If I can get the right orientation. Yeah, that's the orientation right there. So I gotta get it to all go together in one piece. There's some burrs on this thing from when I cut it off the main piece, but I'm hoping that actually helps bind it in there and keeps it stuck. So give me a couple seconds and we'll get it all put together. Alright, I grabbed a couple other things I think I might need to get this thing seated in here. I've already taken this and put it on here all the way on the tapered part to see what my clearance down here is going to be. It's about 1/8 of an inch. So I know approximately how far I need to make sure it's hammered on there, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to hammer it on. So pretty sure that's the orientation it needs to be. So I need to slide this thing on, and I can't really see what I'm doing. I can sort of see what I'm doing. So it's gone over the key. Getting stuck right there. Maybe I need to jam it into the flywheel to start out with. That might be smart. How well that's going to go. I might have to pull it out and do a little bit more grinding, but I hope not. Looks like the key might be a little bit too tall. I'll go over to the grinder and take a little bit off of this. I'll be right back. Alright, we might have a winner here. It's going to be very tricky to get this together. It's in the keyway. It's got to come down about 1/8 of an inch. So I've developed this method with a socket. Tap it in. Got to go a little further. Might need a bigger hammer. That might be it. A little bit more. We're awful close. I mean, it's almost there. Oh yeah, we're there. She's on there. I hope that fixed it. Because if I think if I take it apart to try to do anything more to it, I'm gonna damage it. So we got a little bit of rust right here on the magnet. Let's freshen that up with a wire brush real quick. Where's that tiny piece of sandpaper I had out here? I'll get another one. Don't want no rust right here. Alright, it looks pretty clean. I also, off camera, I cleaned up the magneto. Nice and clean on both those areas. So we'll go ahead and put that back in right now and set it. First thing we'll do is we'll get the screws in here. I might be able to set this by eye. We'll see. So this side is no magnet. This side is a magnet. And that's where you want to set it. So, piece of cardboard. Needs to be about that thickness. tighten these two screws down really good. Really tight, actually. I have a wrench out here that fit. That's not it. I know I had a wrench out here to take it off. Where'd it go? What was it? Alright, put a wrench in the screwdriver. And we'll get these tight enough to where they're never going to move. Pull your cardboard out. Eyeball your spacing. Yep. Close but not touching. Alright, this washer goes on here. This spacer goes on here. And what else did I have to put on here? Does this go on before the other? Maybe. Anyway, here's the pull starter. I blew it out really good. I put a bunch of carburetor cleaner in there, knocked all the dust loose, and then I put some WD-40 in there, ran it like this a bunch, blew it out again, and now it's working pretty close to perfect. So this goes on here. Make sure that bearing goes back in there right there. Then these 4 screws make sure these are nice and tight. Then this, the thing that started the whole problem with me breaking that key, goes on next. Just like that. Let's see. Put that on later. Yep, this goes on here. Make sure I grab all the right screws. The bugs have arrived. My air conditioner does not work very well right now because it's so hot outside. It's because the ceiling up there has no insulation. And, well, maybe I should do something about that. But right now, I just have it blowing on me to keep me kind of cool, and the garage door open so I got some airflow. And I have to turn my big fan off so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. So, yeah, we got bugs. They're all attracted to the lights right above us. Okay, that's on. The impeller goes on next. Followed by the washer, the lock washer, and this here nut, which I think was a 13 millimeter, if I remember correctly. Is that what I got in my ratchet right now? No, 7/16. Maybe it's a 7/16. Nope. Is it a half? Oh, it is a half. Okay, that's plenty tight. Nice. Let's put this cover back on. And it is these 3 screws right here. I'm ready to start this thing up and let it make a bunch of smoke and smoke all these bugs out of the garage. They're getting really irritating. And that one's on my eyeglasses, really. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over, start putting the rest of it together. This handle was these 2 screws here, but they were incorporated with this cover, so this cover's got to go on first. And that's these screws here where I got a couple of rusty ones, which I think were there. No, they were down here. Okay, the handle is made to be springy, so there's less vibration going into your arm. That's a pretty good innovation, in my opinion. Hey, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, most of my viewers, which is 97% of my viewers, are not subscribed, and boy, I tell you what, if all 97% of those viewers would actually subscribe, this channel would grow like nobody's business. I could get out of this rental garage and the channel would actually get me into a good shop. But right now this channel is only making me like 70 bucks a month, so help me out, folks. Hit the subscribe button so the algorithm knows to show this channel to lots of other people. Okay. 2 screws for the gas tank, 2 screws for the exhaust cover. The exhaust cover. 3/4. Get this spark plug back in. So I'll give it a quick brush. Smallest engine, largest ratchet. Okay, spark plug is in. We'll plug that in to the magneto. And I'm down to this infernal gasket again. And this whole assembly with the fuel tank, which, if I remember correctly, put the fuel tank on first so you're not fighting it. Okay, we've got this little doohickey here. That's got to go over the carburetor like that. Carburetor screw goes in. Put this gasket up here so it can hang on for dear life while I try to get the carburetor on it. Okay, that one started. Got lucky, I guess. Yeah, get back in there. Dang bugs. Air filter, air filter cover, and we are reassembled. Let me get some stuff out of the way because I'm really hoping this thing starts. I don't want to blow a bunch of stuff everywhere. So alright, I'm going to clear a few things out, get the camera set up a little better, and we're going to start it up. Alright folks, we're going to put some fuel in here. Let's do half a tank like I did before. That should do it. Alright, so I'm not going to do what I did with the lawnmower. The link will be at the end of this video for that lawnmower where I actually completely fixed it up and I took it outside and I went off camera thinking I was going to have to pull on it 100 times to get it to start, and it went ahead and started on the first try, so I'm not going to do that this time. You're going to see me pull on it however many times it takes. So we're going to prime it up. I don't know what the required number is of pumps, but I do know that we want to get it to where this bulb is full of fuel and we got plenty of fuel going back into the tank. I'm going to call that good. Come on over here and let's see if she'll start. Got her in the start position. I've got it in the full choke. So we're going to do a quick shot of juice right in here. See if that helps it out. So we're at, oh, forgot to put it at full choke. Let's try it again. Full choke. Run. And that's the start position. Yep. All right, now I need to verify if I got spark. I'm sure I do. Let me go dig into that and I'll bring you guys back. All right, folks, I got some of it figured out. The carburetor might need a new little diaphragm in there. I'm not sure, but I'm getting it to run a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to run right now. That's the longest it's run ever. Oh, as soon as I give it gas, it don't like it. Just let it warm up for a while, see what happens. Right now it's on idle with half choke. And as soon as I start playing with the choke a little bit, it dies. Yeah, as soon as I mess with that throttle, it dies too. One more time. One more time. Got the choke in the wrong position. Nah, it dies. Back to half choke. All right. That's enough of that for today. But she runs, so there is definitely a fuel to air ratio mixture problem somewhere in there. And I think it's that diaphragm that helps regulate the fuel pumping going into the needle valve and all that stuff. That's the only thing I really think of. So I cleaned that thing really thoroughly. So we're gonna go ahead and call this one a success because it does run, but I do need to make it a successful operating leaf blower. But we're gonna have to do that in another video because this one's getting a little bit long. So anyway, I'm happy it runs. I rescued it, now it works. So anyway, best way to support this channel, share this video, hit the subscribe button. Don't be the 97% that don't subscribe and just view, and then hit the like and drop a comment if you feel like so. I'll see you guys next time. Laters.